Awesome. It is so good to see you guys. Oh, it's just great to be back here. I don't know how Michelle does what she does. Like, how does she do this? She's in her 60s, right? I'm just stunned and amazed. At least she's got Mike there who knows digital marketing and he can pitch in for her once in a while. But oh my gosh, my husband has no clue. Like, there's no way he could pinch in for me. So before I take on some questions, I wanted to talk today, especially about attracting our perfect customers. Because here's what gave me this idea is I'm always experimenting with Chat GPT, and here's I asked Chat GPT to to give me 5 suggestions of posts that would give me a really good um, hook and some pain points as well, and then a strong call to action. So here's what I saw. This is one of them. No one tells you this about building online income. Everyone says start an online business to earn more, live free, and ditch the 9 to 5. But no one tells you how overwhelming it is in the beginning, right? Think about that. Too much info, no clear plan, constant self-doubt, and little to no income. I help people cut through all of that with a system that creates daily pay in just 2 hours a day. Sound too good to be true? It's not, but it only works if you take action. Message me daily pay and I'll show you my program. Now, here's the thing. This is talking about what to do online. And I saw this and I went, oh my gosh, this is exactly what happened to me, because when I was laid off my last job in 2011, I struggled because I went to networking meetings. My son taught me how to use LinkedIn, and I thought, well, I can help a lot of people with this. And I'd go to these networking meetings where you sit down to breakfast, and they would tell me they'd have special speakers talk every time, right? And I'd hear these speakers talk about how you need to have posts, 3 to 5 posts a day. Like, what's a post? I had no idea what a post was. I didn't know how to begin to do it. And then they would tell you all these things you needed to have included in your post. And then where do I get all the pictures from? How do I make a video? All these things. I was spending 16 to 18 hours a day on my computer trying to figure all this stuff out. And uh, guys, I had tears every day running down my cheeks because I just was so lost. And because I don't have tech, I'm 76 now. Can you imagine? I didn't go to school with computers. Pen and paper. We'd write it on a pen and paper, or we'd type it. I learned how to type on a manual typewriter. Tunk, 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 tunk. Yeah. And so I went, when I heard all this stuff, I went, what do I do? How do I do all of this? And it took me for 13 years. I was working, trying to refine all the things that I was supposed to be doing. And another thing they told me is you need to have an email list. Okay. Okay. What's an email list? And I was selling real estate before I was in my last job. I was selling real estate. And the platforms that they have at these real estate offices, they give you a passcode and you have your own little private corner where you build your own email list. And that was well and fine. But then I moved from Edmonton to Red Deer and I was in a different real estate office. I lost my whole list because I couldn't lift my contacts off that list and take them and upload them into the one with Century 21. So I lost that list. Then when I left Century 21, I lost the list again, right? So that's why we have so many realtors who are buying this legacy program from us, because they work for these companies and the companies give them this little code that they can use for their email list, but the realtors don't realize until it's too late. They leave and they can't take their list with them. So I realized from that how important it is to be able to have an email list. So I had an idea about an email list, but I didn't know how to build it. All I knew was you go to these meetings and you get a business card from somebody and you ask permission to add them to your email list and put a check mark in the corner of your card if it's okay for me to add your name to my email list. I had no idea. And now with this legacy program that we've been introduced to, we've got all those steps, right? They show us everything, what you need to do, step 1, step 2. But here's the key, we need to do the training, right? If we don't do the training, we're never going to get anywhere, right? So here's something else that I've learned. And it came up today when I was reading through that's one thing I love about online business. You can be sick as a dog, but you can still watch the training, get that done. But I was watching one of the trainings this morning and I went, oh my gosh. They talked about something there about watching necklines when you're doing your lives or when you're doing your videos for women to watch your necklines. And I was taught that in real estate. Women watch your necklines and watch your hemlines, right? And women wearing slacks wasn't such a big deal. Women didn't wear slacks all that much. They mostly wore dresses. But I specialized with farms and ranches, so I wore slacks a lot. And I always watched my neckline. I always had something that was above cleavage. So you don't, because a lot of people can't control their eyes, especially guys. They have a hard time. And in fact, my husband has mentioned it to me different times. He said, boy, was it ever hard to keep my eyes focused up on their eyes, right? It's just a really big distraction for these guys. And if we're going to attract the perfect customer for us, we need to dress the way we want to attract people, right? So we don't want somebody who's a pole dancer necessarily, because what are they going to do to all of our community that we've built, right? And so people usually follow the example you set. Also, my husband has told me, he says it's really nice to do business with people, with women who keep their necklines high and their hemlines down at the kneecap, because it leaves a lot to the imagination. Nobody wants to see all the skin exposed because there's no imagination left. And that was the whole, back when we were dating, that was the whole thing, is the mystique that was behind you, right? Because you didn't tell everybody every single little thing. So here we are on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is a different kind of a platform. So if you come on LinkedIn, and anybody, I'm not pointing a finger at anybody here, but if we go on LinkedIn and we try to attract customers with videos and posts and things, if we're showing a lot of cleavage, we're going to find that we're not going to get as much response, because people on LinkedIn they think more professionally, right? And so I always tell everybody about my 5 reasons why we need to be using LinkedIn. Number 1, the average, and I got these numbers from my sons because they need to know stats when they're working on their programming. Number 1 is the average income is 76 to 86K annually, US dollars. And the average income of the executives on LinkedIn is between 125 and 150K. The groups are the biggest kept secret on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is the most professional platform on the net, bar none. Don't let any of these programs suck you in, guys. LinkedIn is the best. And then number 5, everybody on LinkedIn is there to do business. If they're looking, I look for people who have been involved in network marketing, because a lot of them don't like the companies that they're with. They've worked really hard and haven't made any money, right? Or any decent amount of money. So they're usually open for other options. Plus, you'll run into people, and you've probably seen these people who are open to work. They have these messages around their picture that says open to work. And so those people are really good people to target. And I usually send a message to them asking them, and I find them you can right click on their profile and open in a new tab. And I'm going to share my screen here and I'll show you what you can do. But when you find these people, you go in and search, and this is where you have to be, let's see, I better hit my share button here. I get all excited. I have so much fun doing this. Now I think that's my LinkedIn. There we go. Oh, I don't want that up there. I was trying to set up the event thing and it wasn't working for me. So I'll just click out of it. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll just open up another LinkedIn. Can you see this LinkedIn tab? Can you see my LinkedIn now? It's not black? You can't see it? Okay, awesome. Okay, I see the parts.
We can see it.
Okay, that's great. So when you're on your LinkedIn and you go into some of these groups, you'll see that there will be some people that will have these messages on their picture that'll say open to work. So you can find them in your groups, but you can also find them if you go into your network, click on your network. And I've got a bunch of people that are wanting to connect with me. See, look at this. See this? See, open to work. Follows you and is inviting you to connect, right? So I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but what's he going to do? He's probably going to be open to taking a look as to what I've got, right? So you're going to run into these. You're also going to run into people who, in their headline, just below their name, you'll see. So I'm going to go back into the groups again. You'll see things under their headline that lead you into, so this is network marketing. This is one of my smaller groups, but it's more than 3,000, so it's still a good group, good size group. So I'm going to click on show all. But see, you're going to see some things like this. Entrepreneur, right? I'm going to reach out to this person and ask them if they keep their options open for passive streams of income on the side. They're already in a network marketing group, so they probably have experience with network marketing. So that's another one you can pick out when you're looking through these. And if they're in affiliate marketing, network marketing, I've always talked about that. Those are good ones to check out. If they don't speak English, I'm sorry, I don't speak English, and it just is so much work to copy and paste into a translating thing. I'm afraid I don't reach out to these people very much. Then people need to understand, like I've said many times, English is the accepted worldwide language for doing business. And so they need to practice doing their own translation so that their whole profile is set up in English.
And
Let's see
also,
if
there's so many people out there that do speak English. Why even worry, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So I just don't waste my time. It's just too much time to copy and paste all these over into the translation. So I'm just scrolling down here. So you just go and look at this first few words right underneath the headline or right underneath the name. And you can tell right away, there's another entrepreneur that needs to be checked out. And of course, the work at home, I'm going to be checking out. And so you just look for things that give you the clue, right? I don't go to the ones that do digital coin because what I've discovered is most of them are so locked into the digital coin that they're not open to anything else. But here's what I've found in working with digital coin. I have never been involved with any of them where I have made a lot of money, right? What I've found is I've made a little bit of money in some of them, but then all of a sudden they disappear and you can't find the website, can't find anything. So I just avoid them like the plague. And I've had several millionaires tell me to avoid the digital coin. And they obviously are millionaires for a reason. So when you get into your groups, that's what you can do. So I'm going to go back into my network. And I've even had people that have had right below their name, they've had a caption that says retired. And so I will send those people a message that says, oh, hey, where are you planning to travel this year? And see if I can start a conversation with them, right? And see if I can sort of drag out of them where they're at with their retirement. So that's one of the things I do. And then I go into all of these below here, where these are the people that are suggested to you by LinkedIn. Now, here's a word of caution. I always tell people to go and invite people who are in the groups to join you or to be connected with you, right? By just sending them a general message. But you never click the little blue man that shows up in the corner in those groups. Never click that little blue man, because as soon as you click that little blue man, that little blue icon, you alert the LinkedIn search engines to let them know that you've used up one of your invites to connect, right? So that's why I always say go in the groups and then just send a general message, because in the groups you can send tons of messages to people and you're flying underneath the radar, right? So here, if you click on that connect button, you are not flying under your radar. LinkedIn will know that you have invited them to connect. So I limit myself to no more than 5 people in this section. So when you're going through this section, just read the few words underneath their name. So this person is a freelance typist. This might be a good person to connect with, because she's maybe looking for other options, right? So I'm just going to move my pictures over to the other side. Empowering freedom, loving entrepreneurs. So here, this looks like a good one too. So I'm going to click on this one. So that's 2. We're going to keep count here. So I don't do any more until I don't do any more than 5 a day until I get a message from LinkedIn that says I've reached my limit for the week or for the day or for the month. If I get a message from LinkedIn, I always obey those messages. They're not bad. They're just letting you know that you've reached your limit. And so you just obey what they tell you. So we've got Abraham here. He's an operations manager. No, he might not be a perfect one. Professor of marketing, probably not. And just quickly skim through to see, probably not a bridal consultant. Creative. Julie. Now this would be one that I would probably click on the name and open in a new tab, because all she says is Julie. So she obviously doesn't know much about LinkedIn or how to set LinkedIn up. Okay, let's see. Let's see what makes her tick here. Oh, don't tell. Oh, she's from Armenia. Awesome. Look at that. It's another language. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. Poor girl. She's missing out on a really good opportunity. Okay, back into LinkedIn.
That sorry, I'm new. I don't use it much, but I do have an account. I was just wondering, the Romanian lady, why would she come to LinkedIn or so if she can't understand English or
I know, I
so?
don't understand either. I don't
Hmm.
understand. You
So I'm thinking
can
she probably does.
you can set your LinkedIn up in different languages, but here's the thing. 99.9% of the people on LinkedIn, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitter is now X, but they're 99.9%, I'm guessing, are
Hmm.
English, right?
Mm, yeah.
So, um, people just need to understand that, and hopefully maybe some of my videos will get out to some people to help them a little bit. But she doesn't speak, that's probably why she's just got Julie there, because she doesn't have English, right?
Okay.
So there's a Bachelor of Commerce student I'm not going to go for. No, she's retired, right? Okay. Obviously, that is a picture from the 1950s or 60s.
Let me open
So,
mine.
yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Same
but
thing.
I'm going to reach out to this person and just click on connect. We'll just see what happens, okay? And then here's a virtual assistant. No, if there's no headshot, I don't click on those at all. No headshot, wrong language. I don't usually reach out to those people. And let's just see, photographer, marketing manager, sponsorship. So that's 3 I've clicked, right? So far. Full-time network marketer. Okay, I'm going to click on him. There's number 4. I've got 4 now. Mentor, director of communications. I don't want to click any of the follow ones. Entrepreneur and angel investor. We'll give him a try. Because here's the thing. They're also going to look at me, right? And so that's where our profile is important. And if they see in there that I specialize with network marketing, they're going to know right away whether they want to be involved with me or not, or whether they want to look at what I'm doing more. Is that number 5? Yeah, I think that was number 5. So I just set my limit at 5, because then I usually LinkedIn doesn't let me know that I've reached my limit. So I'm going to go up to the ones at the very top here. All these people up here that have invited me, either they're reaching out to invite me to connect. So this Callahan, Bridget, she's invited me to attend how to design slides. Oh, I really don't have time for that right now, so I'm going to ignore. Darren Hart it follows you and is inviting you to connect. Co-founder, Darren Hart Foundation, director, renewable energy, philanthropist. Okay, I'm going to accept his connection request, and then I'll see if I'm going to keep him later. I don't know how to say the first name, so I'm going to say this is Robert. Follows you and is inviting you to connect. Founder of God Watching Over Us, Children's Ministry. He might be a good one. Because a lot of these children's ministries are looking for ways to raise income, right? And then there's Oki, executive virtual assistant, customer support specialist, community manager, email. I think I'll invite that person. Accept invite. For your safety, we recommend you only connect with people you know and trust. Okay. So if LinkedIn sends me a message like that, I'm not going to worry about it unless I get it again, because they didn't tell me I reached my limit, right? But these people are inviting me to connect with them. However, I've already clicked on 5 that I'm asking to connect with me, right? So LinkedIn is going to add them into the total number of my limit. So both the ones that I clicked on below, the 5, and the ones that if I accept these, click on accept, it's going to add on to that 5, that original 5. So we have to bear that in mind.
Okay.
This is why the groups are the best way to invite people to connect with you on LinkedIn. So this guy's invited me to connect. He's a lifestyle advisor at Opulence Global. I'm going to ignore. So I'm going to have to ignore this one here too. So are there any questions before I move to the groups? Because I'm spending a lot of time in the groups here.
So the LinkedIn limit is usually 5, or is it 10, or?
Well, it usually is 5. Used to be you could invite 10 a day, but you can't anymore. And they've changed it drastically. And so that's why I started using the groups, because I used the groups. I learned how the secrets of the groups are, where you can send direct, like I got tired. I was scared actually, but I got up to 110 one time that I invited people to connect with me through a direct message in the groups. And I stopped at that because I thought I was pushing the envelope maybe just a little bit much, but I didn't get any message from LinkedIn on it, right? So if I just limit myself to inviting 10 people each day, no more than 10 people through the groups, right? And I might do 5 by clicking like I just did. So today I actually probably invited about 7 people to connect with me if I count the people that also invited me.
Oh.
So I'm going to go into the groups now. So go back into this network marketing group. So here's how I keep sort of a semblance of order with searching in the groups. So I start with A, and then I go A. And you see how they change? Yeah. And then I go AB, AC, AD, all the way through the alphabet. And then I go with B, BA, BC, BD. And then I go with CA, CB. So you've got two alphabets working together all the way through. So this person, Latin Aaron, that sounds strange name. They're a freelance at self-employed, so that might be a good one that I might reach out to. So I'm going to right click on their name. This is how you can search them without them realizing that you're checking out their profile.
Okay.
So you right click on their name, then click open in a new tab. And you see up at the very top where the new tab is opening up. So you click on that. And then you can get some more information about what they're all about. Now he's got something there that you really can't see who it is or anybody. Greater Rome metropolitan area. We're in 2 mutual groups. He hasn't posted anything yet. He's a freelance, self-employed. Okay, he's really not got much of anything there, so I can't learn anything new about him. So I'm just going to get out of that. I'm going to get out of this one too. Go back here. See, here's a blockchain guy. I'm not going to get involved with any of these blockchain people.
Blockchain?
This blockchain here.
I can't see. Oh, okay. What does that mean? Blockchain.
That means they're involved with the digital coin.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, any blockchain stuff is digital coin.
Right.
And you have to be really careful with those. Most of them I've lost money. There's been a couple that I've made a little bit of money, but not very much. And
Mm.
then all of a sudden they disappear. So here's MLM. So these are this MLM person. I'm just gonna right click. They have a logo in here. I'm a little bit skeptical about going with a logo that doesn't have a headshot. But let's just see if there's some more in their profile. This person is from India. I hesitate to work with people from India, and this is the reason for that is their banking system is really hard to work with our banking system.
Mm.
And a lot of them can use PayPal.
They can't use it, or they can.
They can, CAN.
Okay.
And a lot of them can, but a lot of them cannot. So they have,
Okay.
it's just like every state in India has a different way of working their money or doing their banking, right?
Mm.
And I've had some really big struggles with people trying to pay for things from India because of their banking system.
Okay.
So I always ask them if they're really interested. I always ask them if they can use PayPal
Okay.
or Stripe. See, a lot of people in India don't even have bank accounts.
Wow.
I don't know how they survive,
Mhm.
but that's what I've discovered. So there's not much in this. He's got some of his religion in here. He's got some skills listed. He's a business owner, so he's probably involved with some kind of network marketing as well. But there's not much in his profile or her. I don't know if it's a he or a she. Oh, here, look at this. There's a mutual connection here.
Okay.
So the mutual connection, we could right click on the mutual connection's name and learn about him and fly under the radar. So there's all kinds of ways you can find people, right? I help companies, founders, and startups raise capital. Ah, so he might be one of these people that'd be interested in the legacy program, right?
Mm.
So I would, but I'm already connected to him. I see he's got a first on here. 1ST, right? I thought that
Okay.
name sounded familiar. Yeah, so we're already connected. So let's go back. I'm going to get out of this profile here.
So if you clicked on his message, you will see message history with him, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm going to get out of this one. Go back here. AA. So let's go AB. Ooh, look at that. It changes instantly.
Mm.
So this is a real estate broker. So there are a lot of realtors involved with the legacy program because of what I explained to you about how they lose their email lists when they change
Yeah.
offices.
Mm.
So this would be a good one to check out and to ask him how he's managing with his email list.
Mm.
And here's a freelancer, web designer. Probably isn't a great contact, but I would right click on him. Open link in new tab. Let's just see a little bit more about him. So he's a web designer and trainer, but
Mm.
I don't know. A lot of these guys, they don't have the money, right? They're looking to get work. They
Okay.
don't have money to actually invest in anything else.
Okay, and it looks like he's in India.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not going to reach out to him anymore. If I was really desperate, maybe. Developing IT service, no. CEO at Grow with ABHI, no headshot. Hamoud, that's probably from India as well. Rashid is probably from India as well. That's another language. That's another language.
Looks like the
Engineer.
A's are full of such.
Yeah,
Anything.
I'm going to change my search. We're going to go for AC. Ratio. Let's see. We'll right click on here. Oh, he's a second level connection. That means he's one level away from me. Let's see.
Okay.
Founder at Eternal.
Oh, he's eating in his picture.
Yeah, I don't know. Eternal what?
blue.
Let's see if there's some more here. Multi-awarded Chief Executive Officer with more than 30 years of experience in innovation and creativity, Horatio pioneered in the field of digital communications during the dot-com boom. He studied sociology in El Salvador University. He has areas of interest include philosophy. BioQuest offers services that include microbial, I think maybe, I don't know how you say it. Some people say microbial
Micro.
cultures. Oh, okay, he's talking about food things. That's why he's got a picture of him eating.
Okay, no
I'm,
wonder.
I'm getting a negative feeling here. I don't think he's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I know
It's just
it.
my humble feeling. So I'm going to get out of this one. Hello, Kim. How are you? It's good to see you. So we're learning how to, I don't know if you've ever been on one of my LinkedIn lives, but we're learning how to look for people in the groups and fly under the radar to connect.
No, I'm fresh meat.
Okay. So what we're doing is we're looking for people who would be a potential customer for us, right? So the fact that we're taught in the legacy program how to find our perfect customer and who our perfect customer is helps us be able to find them in the groups. And the biggest kept secret to LinkedIn is in the groups, because you can go in the groups and you can direct message all these people that you're not connected to. You can send them a direct message without getting dinged by LinkedIn. LinkedIn won't know that you've invited them to connect with you. So you can send them just a regular message and point out something that's unique about them. And hey, I noticed that you're involved with such and such, and we're both in such and such a group. I'd love to know more about what you do. Let's connect and find ways to work together, right? Just something really short.
Is
But
this the free account or is this the paid account?
this is a free account. They're trying, it used to be a paid account, but LinkedIn what's it called? They froze my account for 2 weeks. And I thought somebody had stolen my account. I thought they'd hacked my account. And I was on a paid premium account. And so when they gave it back to me, I was shocked because I thought somebody had stolen my account. And I had canceled my payment for that account because I thought, wow, if somebody's hacked my account, there's no way I'm going to continue paying for it. So I stopped the payment and I've just held off paying. I'm a little bit upset with them for freezing my account. Eventually, I'll probably get back into a premium account. But actually, it's good that I'm not in a premium account because most of all the people that I'm coaching have free accounts, right? So if mine is free, it shows them exactly what you can do with a free account. So just down these lists of people as you do these searches. Now, the way we do our searches, we start with A, and then we do AA, then AB, then AC. So now we're on AC for here. And if they have another language, I ignore those accounts because I don't have time to be using translator to translate back and forth. And if there's no headshot, I don't go into those accounts at all. Because to me, that shows that they are hiding something. You want to be open and honest to your potential clients. And
What if you have a headshot, but they don't have a complete profile?
yeah, they don't have a complete profile and there's no headshot here, see?
Okay.
And if there's no headshot, it's like they're hiding something from you, right? So I just, if there's a different language, I don't go to those accounts if there's no headshot. And if they have a logo instead of a headshot, that's another caution.
Do you have a link tree, Christine?
I don't think I do.
Do you use a website for like your business card, your virtual business card?
I used to,
Okay.
but I don't use it anymore.
Oh, I just asked just so I could connect with you.
Oh, okay.
I I have probably 15,000 connections, but I've never really had much luck with LinkedIn. Even
Oh,
though the system that we see, I know you know that I don't use System IO, I use NowSite.
yeah.
Um, and with NowSite, supposedly has the highest turnaround with LinkedIn, but I've never had that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my experience is through Facebook and what else? Facebook and Alignable.
Instagram.
I don't know if you remember, if you know who Alignable is. So
Yeah,
those
I
are
know
my
who Alignable is. I will not touch them with a fine tooth comb.
oh.
I'm
So those are
sorry.
the only that's the only two that I've been getting good results, right?
Yeah.
Outside of, TikTok and YouTube,
Mhm.
but I would like to explore LinkedIn again. I'm sure there's something that I can do with this 15,000 connections that I built over the years.
Yeah, that's awesome. How long have you been on LinkedIn?
It's my first ever platform, but
Oh, wow.
never serious, like just going there, connect, going there, connect, 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 connect,
Yeah.
but never really took it more than that.
Yeah, well, the biggest kept secret to LinkedIn is in the groups. And that's why people don't understand it. Because you can join groups. You can join up to 100 groups if you want. But I was in 100 groups and it's too many groups. You can't manage it. So I don't recommend anybody get in more than 20 to 25 groups because you can manage those fairly easily and
Mm,
not spend tons and tons of time on them. And you need to join groups that are 3,000 members or more. If you join groups that are smaller than that, so here's the thing. You join a group because you're looking for inventory, right?
right.
Because they're the biggest kept secret. And I teach people to fly under the radar.
What do you consider an inventory? A connection?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're working these groups to find people to connect with, right?
Mhm.
That people who would be potential customers. But if they're not going to be a potential customer, you don't want to connect with them. But the kinds of groups you want to join are like network marketing groups, home-based business groups. And I'll show you some of my groups that I'm in here.
My profile, I suppose I should work on my profile before
Yes,
joining group. Any
yes,
tips for that?
yeah. You can go into my YouTube channel, and what I should do is put my URL for my YouTube channel in here.
Okay.
Do,
I
do
think
you
I already
recommend
subscribed.
free account only, or do you recommend the paid account too, or
For what?
for LinkedIn? For LinkedIn.
Well, here's the thing. If you get in a paid account, then you still have all the free things that you're offered with LinkedIn, but you can get into viewing all of the people that have viewed your profile going back to inception on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
And one of the things I've been doing over the years is reaching back to people that have viewed my profile and saying, hey, I noticed you stopped in for a visit. How would you like to have a virtual coffee and let's get to know each other better,
Mm.
right? See if we can find ways to collaborate. So that's another way to be able to connect to people. But the very best way on LinkedIn is in the groups. That's the very best way.
Okay.
So if you look at these groups, all these groups that I'm in are over 3,000, right? Over 3,000 members, except this one. I'm growing this group for my son. He lives in the Seattle area, and so he's asked me to help him grow this group for him. But most all the groups that I'm in here are over 3,000. And this is my group here, Marketing Enthusiasts. And this is another group that I've grown. So, and this group, I'm only in this group because people ask me to help them grow groups. And I'll help them, certain people I'll help them grow their group. So, but you can see I've only got 20, 25 groups in here, right?
Right.
So you'll join a group, and if you've got less than 3,000 members, they can see when you leave the group, because the whole idea of joining these groups is to find inventory, people that would be possible customers who could buy from you, right?
Right.
And once you've gone through the whole alphabet thing and finished, what's the word I'm looking for? Mining the group for
Oh,
content.
nurturing.
Yeah, nurturing. That's a better word. So you've been nurturing the group to find customers, and once you've gone through the whole alphabet thing, you've pretty much used up all of the inventory there, right? So
Right.
you might as well just leave the group and find another group to join. Did I make myself clear there?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
2020.
Okay, so I'm going to go back in here again. Oh. There we go. So you click this show all button when you get into the groups, and then you start with AA, and then you go with AB, and then you go with AC. See how the search changes? And you go with AD, and you go all the way through the alphabet, and then you start with BA, BB.
So this is searching within the group.
That's correct. You search within the group.
Okay.
So this, and if they're a second level, that means they're not connected to you. So they're a possible prospect for you, right? But if
Right.
it says 1ST, that means you're directly connected with them.
Right.
So anything second, third, or further out, they usually only say third. They won't say what they are if they're further out.
That looks like somebody from DGC, huh? 30K in 90 days.
Yeah. So there's a lot of live good people in here, and they're good prospects as well.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I know. That's why they're good prospects, because most of them aren't making any money. So we'll change the search.
Is Live Good a network marketing company or?
Health
Yeah,
and wellness.
yeah, it's a health and
Oh,
wellness company, yeah. So we're going to
But
go
most
to
people buy into it because of the cost. It's only $10 a month, and
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, that's why. I mean, you get what you pay for.
mm,
yeah, you do.
I disagree with that, Kim. I've been in Live Good for 2.5 years, and it is not because of the cost. It is affordable for people. It's the compensation plan is very different to anything I've ever done. I've been paid every week since I started, and it's the most amazing membership club there. So I'm just saying my piece. Leave you to it.
That's okay. I was in it for over a year and I never made anything, so. But it was probably because really didn't work it very well either.
Yeah, you've got to be active in it, like
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so this is Affiliate Adventures, but see, they've just got a logo here.
mm.
So this would be one that I would right click. You right click on their name so they don't know you're searching them.
Okay.
And then you open up the new tab. And then you look through this again.
How come they don't know that you're searching them if you right click them?
I don't know how it works either, but it's outside the algorithm.
Oh.
So if you right click on this, you can search their profile without them knowing that you're searching their profile. And
I see.
LinkedIn doesn't know that you're searching their profile either if you right click on their name.
They only have 500 connections or members.
They've got 500 plus. That's all you're ever going to see. Once people get over 500 connections, if you're not in a premium account, that's another thing that you get to see exactly how many connections people have if you're on a premium account.
Mm.
But other than that, if everybody's on a free account, all you'll see is 500 plus once they've reached 500 plus. So the whole goal in getting connections on LinkedIn is to get to the point where you have more than 500 connections so that you get to the 500 plus club. So they don't have much at all on their profile.
If you have someone that you've blocked, I'm just saying, okay? And they're part of the same group you just joined, will they see your post within the group or they're blocked?
If they're blocked, they're blocked. They can't communicate with you in any way.
But will they see your post in the feed, in the group feed?
No, not if they're blocked from you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just asking. Yeah.
there have been women who I've worked with who have been harassed by guys on LinkedIn, and they block the guys, and then they can never reach them again.
Okay. How big is LinkedIn now in terms of database?
Oh, they're in the billions.
Billions? Okay.
Yeah. So let's see, this one isn't really a big account, but they do have skills listed, but they only have 8 skills. You can list 50 skills on there, no problem. If you're on
How
a
do
free
you
account.
find groups? Where do you go to find groups?
Oh, I'll show you. So if you see this crosshatch up here, I call it the crosshatch, the 9 dots.
Yes.
Mm.
You click on the 9 dots, and then another drop-down menu opens up. And you see here where you see the little blue men,
Mm-hmm.
groups, click on that. And that takes you to the groups. So it'll show you first off what groups you're in. These are my groups here. And then it'll show you the ones that you've requested. So I don't have any listed in here that are waiting for me to be accepted into. Because if you've requested to join a group, you have to wait for them to accept your request.
Okay.
And you can create your own group here if you want. But
No desire.
I'll warn you, if you do, it takes a lot of work to build a
No,
group.
I got enough work with the community, so
Yeah, right. I hear you big time.
we
That's why
have a very, very engaging community, and that I'm gonna tell you that's work.
yeah, it is. Yeah. So if you
But
have
it's also because I'm a very OCD guy too, so so
you like to be in control.
No, OCD meaning I'm very detailed, right?
Oh, yeah.
And my biggest pits and peas is making sure that the value is always there, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, I don't like letting people down, right? So
No,
I want to
I
make sure
either.
that it is what it is, right? When they say this is what they expect, this is what they get. So
Yeah. Well, that's what I feel too. I want to make sure people get true value. So I'm going to click, you click the search button down at the very bottom. Then you go up here, you see I've got groups already highlighted. So let's say I'm going to do home-based. Home-based. You can tell I've done the search here before.
what do you mainly go after? Since I mean, to me, I find that if we're in digital marketing, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going after other digital marketing,
Not necessarily, because there are a lot of digital marketers who are on there looking for work as
oh,
digital marketers, and most of them don't have any money.
okay,
And so they're really not a good target customer for us.
okay,
And so here's, I just blocked in a search here. So I
mm-hmm,
typed in home-based business groups at the top, and I
mm-hmm,
made sure that the groups was highlighted. And so you've got all kinds of groups that you can choose from here that have more than 3,000 members.
I see, I see.
And here's another thing. When you join a group, you need to read their terms of use.
Okay.
So start your own home-based business and work part-time. That gives the introduction. But when you get actually right into the groups, let's see if I've got this still open here. Yeah. So let's go into this network marketing and MLM group here.
If you post
Yeah.
within a group, right? If you post within a group, does that go on your wall too?
It does it will happen. All that will happen when you post in the groups is it will come into your notifications that you've posted certain whatever it is in the groups. So your notifications are up here. I'll go into that next.
Okay. Sorry,
That's
jumping the
okay.
gun.
That's okay. So this guy doesn't speak English, so this is not a group that I would reach out to join because it takes too much time to do the translation thing.
Hmm.
But this is usually where they give you your terms of use. So you need to read the terms of use in each group when you join your groups.
The tool that I use does the translation automatically.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the reason. It's kind of like, and I don't want you to feel like I'm selling you anything, but in our community, most people already have now site. You see, so when it does all the translation and things like that, there's a lot of things that System IO don't do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's the reason why, like I had a heart to heart with both Michelle's, with Michelle O'Neill and Michelle Schmaderer, and
Uh-huh.
they understand. They just told me this is the protocol. We want to make sure the integrity is there. So they gave me a protocol to make sure that every time a sale is made, what do I need to show to DGC to make sure we're on the same page? So
All right. Yeah. I do know that the program you're using can be quite expensive. And
it depends on what you look at it. It depends on what you're looking to do with it. I used to
yeah.
spend $1,500 a month in subscriptions to do what
Oh
NowSite
my
does,
gosh. Ah.
and that's between 9 different platforms. And now I'm able to do it under one platform. So you tell me, you spend 1,500, now you spend less than 100. What makes sense?
Yeah. Well, you look at most of the people that are coming into the business. A lot of them don't have an extra $100. They need to get making money right away. And so system being free up to 15 or up to 5,000 emails is a really big bonus for them.
Agreed. But the percentage of the people who keep it free is not as much as we think. Majority end up upgrading for the $200 something for the year.
Mhm.
because they want all the extra bells and whistles.
Right. I was using Keep for a few years, and they were charging me $154 a month. But when I saw System.io and I saw how simple it is to work, how easy it was for me to learn, because I'm not techie, I have no tech. And Keep is very complicated. And I'm on the paid platform with System.io. When you get on the paid platform, you can do a lot more with it than on the free. And I love it because it's so easy for me to do. Okay, what was the question I was going to show you? Do you remember?
We were going through the group, and I think you were showing us um
When you get
we-
into the groups, whatever groups you join, right? You get accepted in. Make sure
oh,
you go and read the terms of use in there.
that's right. We were talking
Yeah,
about translation.
oh yeah, translation. And
That's where we were
so,
at.
yeah, so I'm always open to look at new things. But my brain box has a limit to how much new stuff it can take in at a
Mhm.
time. And a lot of people, most all my people are over 60, and all my people that I work with have no tech. None of us have tech. And so I can't throw too much complication at them because of the fact that they don't have tech. And they'll just get overwhelmed really fast.
I got somebody bothering me.
I have to go, Christine. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Another
Oh
wonderful
my
Nice
gosh,
to
session.
meet
it's
you,
after
Donna.
3.
See you, Kim.
Thank
Bye.
you for joining.
You're welcome.
Bye. I think I should just wrap it up here. Are there any last questions before I close off?
No, no.
Okay.
Is it how do I get in touch with you?
Um,
What would be the simplest way to get in touch with you?
email marketingmentress@gmail.com.
Your email on your LinkedIn?
Yeah,
It is? Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
that's my
Okay,
email
good.
on LinkedIn.
Okay, cool.
Awesome, awesome.
Very good. Very good. Do
This
you
has
do
been,
do you do private coaching sessions and stuff like that?
yes, I do. If you go to Thriveability for Seniors, I have some
Mm-hmm.
packages in the classroom.
Oh, I see, I see. In the classroom. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll look into that. Yeah.
awesome. Thank you. It's great to have you on with us today.
Oh, you're welcome. I've been trying to make time, but you have so many moving pieces.
No kidding. I hear you big time. Me too. I've joined a whole bunch of communities, but I haven't had time to be in all of them even yet.
Well, I finally got the content creation down to a science now. So,
Ah, awesome.
so I'm able to make more room for time for things.
Yeah,
Um,
great.
so we have several people now that are catching the fever, right? So the thing is, if I can't get it down to a science, it's gonna be hard for me to show someone else how to get it down to a science, right?
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that to me, that's kind of like the first thing, right? And
Hmm.
I like to try to keep it simple, but my biggest problem is being so OCD. So
You're doing pretty darn good.
I try, I try.
That's
I
awesome.
think you're doing good yourself, but I'm still not content to where I am and where I would like to be. So,
Hmm.
but
So
one
I
thing I've
do
learned is
these.
you can't be satisfied. If you're satisfied, you just dug your grave 6 feet under.
Yeah, you have to be ready to move on to the next thing.
Yep. Did you go to the mastermind?
What mastermind? Which mastermind?
The DGC mastermind.
Oh, the one down in Kansas?
Yeah, I think
No,
they're
I
having
didn't.
another one this weekend, I think.
Is it this weekend? I thought the next one is the end of April.
No, the mastermind is this weekend because they're doing the part
Oh,
two. They couldn't fit
oh,
everybody into one, but the one at the end of the month is not quite of a mastermind. It's for DG builders, for people who qualify with 10 people active.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm working on that one.
Okay.
Awesome. So I do this. This is called the LinkedIn Live, my version.
Your
And
version.
I do
You
these,
do it every Thursday at this time?
no, every other Thursday. So this is the 3rd. The next one is on the 17th.
Okay, okay.
Okay. And then I have my turbochargers on Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock Mountain Time, which is 6 o'clock Eastern Time. My
And
turbo,
what is that? What's turbocharge?
turbochargers is similar to this.
Okay.
And but on the turbochargers, you can bring questions for other things from the legacy program.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's kind of like it's more of a get to know each other. I try to keep my LinkedIn lives more technical.
How much time do you give them generally to respond when you send out a message?
You mean on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
I don't give them time because when I send out a message to connect, they either respond or they don't respond. And I can't tell if they've responded unless they actually accept a connection. I have people that I've sent a connection request to through the groups by message and inviting them to connect with me. And I've had people reach out and finally respond because I find that people, as a rule, don't know how to use LinkedIn, right? And so they are on LinkedIn very seldom.
One
And
thing I like about LinkedIn is they won't let you continuously spam somebody. They have to respond. And I like that.
yeah, yeah, I like that too.
Because
So
like on
anyway,
Facebook, you'll get message from the same person on a daily basis, even though you don't respond.
I don't have Facebook anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got hacked and I was at 5,000. I'm going to stop my share here
Okay.
and I'm going to stop recording.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Where on your YouTube do I go to get help with my LinkedIn account setup?
Okay, I've got a ton of videos that I've saved. So I record everything that I do on my TikTok, no, not my TikTok, my YouTube, my turbochargers and my LinkedIn lives. I
Okay.
record them. I even record the one-on-ones that people pay me to give them one-on-one coaching.
Okay.
But what I do is I save them in private mode so that only them and me can have access to those recordings. So you'll probably find some areas where some videos that are unaccessible by you, and that's because they're private. They're saved as private mode. So I'm going to get my link and I'll put it out here for you guys. Put it in the chat.
So you put everything on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, everything goes into my YouTube channel.
I see. When you do the Zoom like this, do you do live on YouTube also or no? Do you stream it?
I have done. I just find, I don't know, I haven't really seen a reason for me to do it differently. I like to record things on Zoom and then I put them up on YouTube.
Do you use the YouTube studio to edit your videos or no?
No, I don't edit any of my stuff.
No?
No, it takes too
Okay.
much time.
I guess you're right, but I think it's quality, like for people when they go to your YouTube channel, it makes a difference on the view hours. It makes a difference whether somebody stays engaged in your YouTube videos or not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've done it both ways. I've done it both ways, but I've sped up the watch hours literally almost by 300% by just doing just small editing,
Yeah,
taking out like um the yeah.
yeah,
There's ways to do that. You can either use Loom or you can use studio for YouTube, they'll do that for you. But
Oh,
you'd be amazed how much time it takes off your
mhm.
videos. Where when someone goes into that video, they stay in the video because they're like, okay, this person might know what they're doing. Let me go
Yeah.
ahead and see what else is in here. It keeps them in the video. So if you keep them in the video, it builds your watch hours, right?
Mhm.
Because the biggest thing that people have a hard time on a YouTube channel is the watch hours, not the subscribers.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
And the watch
I
hours
haven't
will
had
come
much
from the
luck
long
using
form.
Loom.
Like this is considered a long form. So most of your watch hours come from the long form, not from the short
Mhm.
form. That's something that people don't understand about YouTube.
Well,
So
I really like YouTube, and
that's
I
why I
just
put all my videos,
repurpose.io.
I put them in the community, and I always connect it through YouTube because people who go through your community, they need to know the information to get the transformation, right? So when they go through the information to get a transformation, it builds your YouTube hours because everything is done through YouTube. It builds your hours.
Hmm, that's
That's
interesting.
awesome. Thank you so much for that, Kim.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I told you, like, with Amy, right? I only built this brand new channel that I built. Now it's about 45 days, but I already have my 4,000 hours
Wow,
Wow.
just in 30 days.
Okay.
And
that's
it's
awesome.
getting ready to break 200 subscribers. So the subscriber is a little bit slower, but what most people struggle is the hours, the watch hours.
Yeah, I think that's
Mhm.
where I'm low as well because I've got over 1,100 followers or subscribers, I guess you call them. Yeah, and I've got quite a few videos on there.
Okay.
Or like, let's say like you take this video, for instance,
Yeah,
you could break it up to um particular topics. Like you said, how to find groups. Take that section, how to find groups. Then how to look for your perfect customer within that group. That would be another content. Boom,
mm,
boom. When you break it up into smaller content, you have a higher chance of a person watching it. The minute they see an hour, their brain freezes. They're like, shoot, I
yeah,
gotta.
yeah. I hear you big time. Yeah, I have a few shorter ones. I have repurpose.io reposts all my TikTok videos onto YouTube Shorts. So I have those going in every day.
But the other reason is because from all the social media platform, in terms of monetizing, right?
Uh-huh.
It's always been YouTube that pay the most.
Yeah.
If you take a YouTuber, I can't even say the word right, but a YouTuber that has 1 million subscribers
Yeah.
and put it against someone on Facebook that has 1 million followers, the payout is literally 10 to 15 times more.
Oh yeah, I
Wow.
would believe that.
10 to 15 times more. That
Mhm.
means that it's the same because Facebook and Instagram, the payout is about the same. It's not much difference.
Okay.
But it's harder to build an Instagram than it is to build a Facebook. Okay? The
Oh,
algorithms are different. But when it comes to YouTube, is they want to see consistency and they want to see how you categorize yourself. Categorizing is big on YouTube. It's really big if you want to hit the algorithms on YouTube. Because if they don't know who to send your content to, who they're gonna send it to.
yeah.
So you gotta know how to categorize yourself in YouTube big time. Work more important than TikTok. You
I
get paid
made a
on
note.
TikTok is because you get paid for selling a product, but not for TikTok themselves.
Yeah, I've made a note to do more work on my YouTube. It's always been in my back of my mind to build a better YouTube channel.
I made a big mistake a long time ago, Christine. So in my younger days, and I know you and I had that conversation, you thought I was in my 30s, but
Yeah.
but in my younger days, I had about almost 100,000 um playlists. You know, I used to always create different playlists on
Wow.
my phone, right? Because I would listen to the car. I would be on the road all the time, right?
Wow.
And I didn't know anything about YouTube. I just knew that I had all these playlists conveniently. And as long as I paid my subscription, right, I would have access to that playlist. I didn't even know that these playlists that I created were all public. I didn't know that my YouTube could have been monetized, like literally
Wow.
monetized, because I didn't even know that I had almost 800,000 subscribers. That's how naive I was.
Wow.
And then one day, I decided to delete the whole thing. Until now, fast forward, I'm learning all this stuff about YouTube. I'm like, how
Oh my
stupid was
gosh.
I?
Oh, you're probably kicking yourself.
Big time.
Well,
But
one
I
of the
didn't know
things I
anything about
discovered
YouTube.
on YouTube is you can have all different channels. I've got a whole bunch of different channels on my YouTube.
I just use playlists. It's a lot
Maybe
easier to
that's
manage one YouTube, but have
playlist.
playlists. And make sure you put all the details in your playlist. And the big thing is that most people make mistakes on their playlist. They don't put a thumbnail on their playlist. Your thumbnail is what's going to get them in the playlist.
You're going to get a surprise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thumbnails are huge. Thumbnails are
I
huge.
use thumbnails all the time.
Yeah, the thumbnails are huge. That's what sets a YouTube channel apart from another one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you can get them just to click one time, they will watch at least 6 to 10 videos in your channel.
Wow.
When someone goes and watch 6 to 10 videos on your channel, it's like watching soap opera.
Hmm.
They're stuck. They're glued in it. They have a good idea who Christine is, what Christine does, and how Christine is going to solve my problem.
Hmm.
If you watch 6 to 10 videos and you can't figure that out, then that means your content sucks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
Like literally sucks. That means you must have a bunch of dancing videos. You won't catch one of those videos on my YouTube channel.
Oh, me neither. I don't have dancing videos. No, siree, sir. So I'm going to have to wrap it up today.
Okay,
It's
okay.
great to have you
Mm.
guys on with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
for
thank
your
you. I
support.
thought I missed the whole thing. I just saw your message in my email and I said, oh, shoot.
Yeah. Well, I felt really bad that I had to miss Monday because I just got knocked for a loop with the flu.
You're a fighter. We
You
believe
betcha.
in you.
You betcha.
Good.
I'll see you tonight, though.
You betcha.
All right.
Thank you so, so much.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Kim.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone.
Oh, make it so.